So when we talk about you owe it to yourself, and we serve others before ourselves, okay? When you're pushing something, more, we're behind and we're pushing. But the problem becomes is when we're pushing so much, we don't know what's ahead, right? So if I'm pushing these gentlemen forward, I'm not seeing what's ahead of the game. I'm just pushing them. Understand? So that becomes very detrimental to not only my life, but their life. I could sit here in the back and saying, I'm pushing them, I'm doing my job, and I'm pushing them. But you're not seeing what's ahead of them, right? Great leaders understand what's going on, right? And not only that, right? It's like me and my wife. I'm the head, right? My wife is behind and she's pushing as well too. I'm communicating with my wife from behind. Listen, hey, we got this coming up. Let's continue to push and pull these kids into the right direction. This is coming up right here. And she's agreeing with me, yo, I got you in the back. Hey, listen, and there's a communication moving forward. We understand, right? But why is that happening? Okay, so we're going to do a small test, and everybody's going to do this right now. Okay, so take your phone out. Mama, you too. Take your phone out. Okay, all right, Sammy, everybody, Kenny, take your phones out. Okay, here's what we're going to do. All right, you guys got your phones? Take your phone. All right, so check this out. Go to your notes, okay? And I want everybody to write down the word currently. Write down the word currently. Okay? And then you're going to number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going down. Okay? And then what you're going to do after that is you're going to write the word ideally. Okay? And then you're going to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Okay? Straight down in a row. I'm about to show y'all something that's about to blow y'all mind. Okay? Y'all about to get a look in the mirror real quick. Here we go. There's 5 words. Okay? 5 words. Self. Okay? Spouse or significant other. If you don't have a spouse or significant other, you can leave that out. It's totally fine. Or relationship, whatever you want to put. Okay? Family. When I say family, I'm talking about your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your grandpa, abuela, abuelo, somebody like that. Kids, because kids live in the immediate home. So family and friends is something that is outside of the home. Kids is something that lives immediately in the home. Spouse, immediately in the home as well too. Okay? And work is the last one. So those are the 5. Self, spouse, work, family, kids. If you don't got kids, totally fine, leave that out. Here's what I want you to do. I want you guys to, in order, currently in your life, how do those words rank? What comes first? What comes second? What comes third? What comes fourth? What comes fifth? Currently. And be honest what currently comes in your life right now. Okay? You're looking neat, right? You're looking neat. Yeah. He like, dang. What comes first in your life? Be real. Be real. What comes first? What comes second? What comes third? What comes fourth? What comes fifth? Okay? Okay, when you're finished those, ideally, I want you to put ideally what would you like to have in your life. Okay? They should be vastly different from what's currently going on. But if you're already living that currently, then great. But if there's something that is ideally on what you want, ideally. All right, neat. How we feeling? Here we go. So let me set this up for you. I only want you to give me the currently side first, okay? All right, go ahead.
So current, number 1 is work. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is family and friends. Number 3 is self. Number 4 is significant and spouse. And then number 4 is kid. And for me, the reason why I have this order is, I'm single. and I have no kids, so that's most of my time goes into like my business and work.
Okay.
So that's where I immerse myself to feel
So-
more purposeful.
So you pretty much, so there's no spouse and there's no kids.
Yes.
Okay. So technically you put yourself last.
Yes.
Okay. So you're last on your list.
Actually, it's number 3.
Yeah. So yourself is number 3.
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna take out self and we're gonna take out spouse. And
Okay.
we're gonna take out kids because you don't have one, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But
So
a significant other or
you have a significant other?
No.
You don't. So you don't have nothing at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're last on your list.
Yes. So one is work, 2
Uh-huh.
is family and friends, and 3 will be self. That's it.
So you're last on your list.
Yes. 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 That's correct. That is correct. Yeah.
You're last. I'm just making sure. I'm just being clear.
That's correct.
Okay. Bait, I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna deal with you.
So currently, I have it ranked spouse, kids. I have a stepson. Work, self, and family and friends.
Okay. So you got yourself 4th on the list. Okay. Miss McBride, how you feel about that?
it's accurate.
Is it accurate? No, I know it's accurate. I said how you feel about it.
There could be some changes.
It could be some changes. Okay, so say that list one more time.
Spouse,
Uh-huh.
kids,
Uh-huh.
work,
Uh-huh.
self, family and friends.
Family and friends. Okay.
Or else short.
So what she just said, let me reiterate, okay? So gentlemen, we're essentially putting ourselves last on the list. Why? Because we're good people, right? We're good, solid individuals. We're good human beings because we want to put ourselves before, you want to put everybody else before ourselves. It makes us feel like we are not selfish, right? But here's a problem. Here's a problem, Bank. Let's take family out the mix, right? You got your own family, right? And you put your spouse, you put your kid, and you put your work before you, okay? God forbid something happens to you. Who's gonna catch you?
My wife will.
How your wife gonna catch you if you put her all the way up here?
Good point.
You see what I'm saying? You pushing everybody up. You know what I'm saying? You pushing everybody up. But something happened to you with your wheels. Uh-oh. Who's going to catch you? Because they're already forward. And you put them forward. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Now, it's not being, selfish at all. Right? But if you don't take care of you, how can you take care of your spouse? How can you take care of your kid? How can you show up the best version of yourself at work for the customers or whatever that you guys, I don't know where you work, but whatever. You know what I mean? How can you show up the best Garth McBride possible if you are not putting yourself first? Right? Neek, same thing.
Yeah.
How do you, right, put yourself, first, right? Why should you put yourself first? You really ain't got, at least he got family. You ain't got no one.
Yes.
Right? So if you really fall, right, then who's going to, like the book? Like, my God.
Perfect example.
What? Stop playing. So you know I'm telling the truth right now.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
If you fall, who is going to catch you? Absolutely nobody. You see what I'm saying? So it is very, very important that we say, you know what? This morning I have to do something for me. I have to do something for me. Right? Aubrey gets up every morning, right? Like 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Right? She's doing her meditation. She's doing her the yoga, the all of that stuff or whatever. She's doing all of that good stuff, right? For her. Right? Because she's got a family to take care of too. She's a mama. She's a mama before she's a business owner, right? But she's a human before she's a mama, a wife, a business owner, a friend, right? She like you get what I'm saying?
Got you.
So what is it that you love to do first thing in the morning? What is the thing that you love to do throughout the day? You take it with you. You see what I'm saying? You cannot show up. This is something that's not sustainable. That list is not sustainable. Long term, I'm telling you right now, you cannot sustain your lifestyle like how you have it right here. Because if so, then you're going to run into a train wreck. I guarantee it. Right? Now, I don't wish that on y'all, but the fact is that if you don't take care of that, okay, the result is going to be that. You see what I'm saying? Your takeaway.
It's a lot to take away. I get what you're saying. You have to pour into yourself to be able to pour into others. Like, it's really important, because if you're not pouring into yourself, you're going to be giving from an empty well, and like, it's like running a car with no gas in it. It's not going to last but for so long. Eventually, it's going to wear out.
Now I'm about to bring it home. You guys ready? Yeah. Are you guys doing good? Yeah. Can I bring it home? Here we go. Kenny, can you bring me a cup?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay. Actually, bring me one more cup, Kenny. Bring me one more cup. All right, here we go. Appreciate it. Okay. I want everybody to understand that in life, sometimes we have to understand who we are. In the book, we talk about having like a top shelf mentality. Okay? Top shelf. Okay? Now, before I move forward, how many other people have themselves third or fourth on the list by show of hands? Or not number one at all? Like, if you're not number one on your list, like, show of hands. Number one, what was your list looking like?
Myself is last.
Yourself is last. What's up with y'all, man? So you got yourself last too. So you and your husband got yourselves last on the list, right? All right, they're newlyweds, by the way, guys. So clap it up for them, right? They about to hit a year, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this is what's gonna help y'all. If y'all change this one thing, this is gonna elevate your marriage to another level. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Okay, but if you don't, you can be running into some issues. Okay, gotta change this thing about your life and everything personally first. Okay, now. Top shelf mentality means simply this. How many of us have ever went to a wedding or a banquet or somewhere where there was a pyramid like this right here of glasses, right? Pyramid of glasses, and you see it. And in the pyramid of glasses, you see some things that are happening. It's like, wow, it looks amazing, looks pretty, looks awesome, looks great, right? I want you guys to imagine that you are this top glass right here. Okay? I want you to imagine that you are the top glass right here in your life. And under you are the people that you serve. You get me? Under you are the people that you serve. If you are here in your life, you know what you're going to end up doing? You're going to end up doing something like this. You're going to end up going here, and it's going to look like it's crashing down, and you're going to try and continue to pour. Right? You're going to put one down. It's going to do this. And it's going to do this. And it's going to do this. It's going to continue to go over and over and over and over again. And then you're going to be drained. You understand? Because you keep going in a rotation. There's a pattern that's happening right now that we have to break. But if we do this and understand that this is the God that's pouring into you every single day before you even make a move, and we do something like this, and we continue to pour, and we stay still, and we stay still, and we stay still, and we stay still, eventually it's going to overflow. And as it overflows into these next cups, right? Which is what? The next thing on your list for you is your spouse. And then it's your kid. And then it's your work. And then it's your family. You understand? Because you got poured into first. When you get poured into first, you can then pour into others. You cannot continue to be pouring into this person and then running back all the way to the top. You're going to die of exhaustion. So how many times have we done that? How many people are actually currently there in their life where you keep running around over and over and over again, circle after circle after circle, and nothing is getting better? Because we keep doing the same pattern, thinking that this is the way of life when it's not the way of life. There have been many times where Jesus went to the mountain to pray, away from the disciples, away from the people. Why? Because he had to go get poured into so that he can continue pouring into others, so that he can continue to work miracles, so he can continue. That's the ultimate leader right there for me, right? Going to the mountaintop. Yo, I need this right now. Moses, mountaintop, 40 days. But he came back into chaos, right? But he went to the mountaintop. Because I got to go get that. When I wake up every day, my wife knows, yo, I'm going to be outside for about a good 30 minutes or so. I got 3 boys and a 4th one on the way. I got to make sure I go to the mountain. What is your mountain? What is your mountain? Is your mountain in your basement? Is your mountain in the attic? Is your mountain outside? Is your mountain at the ocean? Is your mountain in the backyard? What exactly is your particular mountain? Because if you're not pouring into, if you're not being poured into, how can you be the best version of yourself at work? How can you be the best version for your family? How can you be the best version for your son? Because you got to go get that, right? In a couple months, I'm heading to an event in Florida. Why? Because I got to go get poured into. Because there's a people that I need to feed. The only way that I'm here like an hour and some change and I'm not out yet is because I have so much that's filled up in me that I need to give to you. Right? But that doesn't happen if I don't sit here and say, you know what? I got to go get this for myself. I have to do it. And here was the turnaround. When I was married and we had broke up at this point, we wasn't divorced yet, but we broke up at this point. I remember my wife sitting there saying, you're never going to make it. You're never going to amount to nothing. Give up this dance thing. It's stupid. You're corny. You're whack. Give it up. And at that moment, I said, you know what? You're not for me. So you know what I did when we split? I went to Florida. I went to Texas. I went to LA. I went to Houston. I went to all these different spaces to go get poured into. Right? I come back and I call Bink and I say, yo, I got a dance crew. Are you down? This is 2009. Right? And what do? We went on a tangent and we would dance everywhere. Anywhere, at any time, in movies, on sets, in commercials, on BET, on TV, doing everything possible, right, to supply a need to the world at the time on what we were supposed to be given. But had I sat there and just allowed her and sat back and didn't take care of me and didn't do what I was supposed to do and really believe the nonsense that was coming out of her mouth, when in reality, everything that she was saying to me, she was really talking about herself. Because she thinks that. And depression and anxiety and all these different things go a long, long way. They like to spread a lot of information and a lot of seeds all over, right? So if we are not careful, right, we can then end up in a place that we don't want to be. So we got to make sure that we take care of who we are and pour in to everybody else. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. Give it up for these men right here, y'all.